have Paul Amel on the far end, Vine Malapaya here, and Coach Williams in the middle. I'll ask Coach to start with some comments, please.
We came out here tonight. I'm happy for the guys that did come up to fight. We come out here with two freshman corners that's, never started a game. And, you take Mike Jack, who I believe who started receiver, never had her start. And, you just go down the list at each position. It was all kind of new guys that was out there, and those guys fought. I don't know how many exact number of guys we have, but it had to be less than 50 scholarship players. And they came out here and they all played their heart out, and you could go all the way down to two freshman quarterbacks playing in the game. And, even some of the older guys that did play, you take ITS, he didn't practice until Thursday just to get cleared from the trainers, and he still came out here and fought. So I'm happy for that. I'm unhappy with the result of the game. You come out here, you miss 2 field goals, you fumble twice, don't capitalize in the red zone, and you just do little things which a team that's going to be well coached like Cal is and be disciplined and kind of grind you out. It's way too many mistakes that, lead to the outcome of that game, which is a loss.
Take any questions?
Now that it's over, when you look back, what made this season so challenging and such an obstacle?
It's a challenge anytime when it's after the second game of the season and you make a change at as a head coach. It's just challenging just from a morale standpoint altogether. So every day it's like a reset of the mind, and the mind is going to take you a lot more than any physical, abilities can. So from the get-go, it was already a challenge, and it's a challenge that I accept. It's a challenge that we all accept. We're all in this together as a football program and as administration, and we accepted that challenge. And we did everything we could to overcome it. It just sucks that the record doesn't show that.
You've been a Trojan for a while. What do you take away from your time here?
Well, a lot of great experiences. And when I was coming in as a young freshman or as a high school graduate, that's what I was looking forward to. Getting a lot of experience, whether it was on the field, off the field, as a student athlete, as a person, living out here in LA. It was a big, change, but I had family out here that helped me. And experiences is everything. And challenges, all that, took away a lot. And I've learned a lot, grown a lot. And most importantly, I made a lot of relationships out here. And I feel like that's the most important thing. That's the reason why people come to USC, is because of all these relationships you have when you make those, when you get here on campus. And I believe I, took advantage of it as I was here. And, I'm grateful for the whole experience.
Dante,
Was that a concussion for Jackson?
I don't know if it was really classified as a concussion, but I know once the trainers say you can't go back in, there's nothing I can do, there's nothing he can do to go back in. Credit to him, he wanted to go back out there and fight, but if you're not medically cleared, you can't put somebody back on the field.
now the game's over, what's your expectation for your future? Do you think you'll be here with the new staff?
To be honest, I haven't even thought about that right now. It's a lot of guys in that locker room right now that hurt. And everybody thinks about the players, but it's the staff, it's the support staff, it's a lot of people that hurt. Even the fans hurt because this is not the season that they expected. Or we expected as a whole. So it's a lot of people that are hurt. For me to sit up here and talk about my future, that is selfish. And one thing I am not is a selfish person.
Dante, it appeared like some players opted not to take the trip. What do you make of that?
Some guys is hurt, some guys is dinged up, so they already was playing very limited snaps anyway. And they weren't all the way cleared. So, like I say, ITS got cleared on Thursday and came out here and played. So some guys weren't all the way fully, healthy, and they're already looking at their future and different things like that. There's nothing I hold against those guys. To each his own. And I'm just happy for the guys that came here and did fight.
What did you say to the team in the locker room after the game, given everything that's happened all season? It's been a challenging year, like you said.
I can't really tell you, what I say to those guys, because, it's part of being in a family. When you're in a family, if one person hurt, we all hurt. One person succeeds, we all succeed. But it was definitely a lot of pain in that locker room, and like I told them, I said, no matter what, we're going to stick together as a family. And everyone, thinks that, a coach can move on or a player can move on, because we have a lot of seniors on this team. We have some juniors that's all of a sudden going to look to the next level, and, the list goes on. But when you're part of a family, it's never a goodbye. It may just be all of a sudden you can't see the person in face-to-face anymore, maybe a text message away or a phone call away. But this group of guys and these group of coaches, we're going to know each other for the rest of our life.
Isaiah, how do you kind of evaluate your future going forward, you know, in terms of your decision for whether or not to come back for another year?
You know, I think that's just something that I just talked to with my family about, you know, talked to Coach Dante about. But honestly, I'm just, you know, looking back on my time being here and just, I'm grateful, like Vi said, grateful for the experiences, just grateful for the journey, the people that I met, you know, and just, I'm glad that I was here.
For Isaiah and Vi, how would you characterize what you guys went through this season, just all encompassing?
I'd say a roller coaster. You know, I mean, that's anywhere though. You know, you're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs, but it's part of the journey. You know, I think that's what you got to get out of it.
As captains, did you guys have any final messages for the younger players?
Yeah, kind of just, you know, within our groups, to our young RBs, because, you know, they got it. So the USC backfield is going to be explosive for the next couple of years. I can't wait to see it. And you guys are going to be writing about it pretty soon. They're going to be up here after the games. Y'all going to be asking them questions. And, I mean, you know, I just told them to be them. There's a reason why they're recruited here. Nobody just gets here off of, you know, nothing. God blessed them with a certain talent, and they're special. And it's just a matter of time before the world gets to see it.
Dante, what's the lesson from this season that you'll take away?
That you could deal with any kind of challenge God puts in front of you, right? As long as you stick together, you can still come out and challenge, right? Everybody, like I said, they look at the record. They don't know everything that we've been through. And we've been through a lot together, and still guys go out there and continue to fight. You can see by the way that fourth quarter went. I mean, we got a quarterback that technically hasn't got snaps really all season, and you see guys on offense and defense still going out there and fighting, and they playing for one another. And that's a true brotherhood. That's a true love for one another. So, I mean, no matter what the season kind of came in and out, you know, like Zay just said, it was a roller coaster. So what? I mean, it was a challenge. It's a challenge that we all accept. Life is all about challenges, and it's about, you know, how you come out of that challenge.
Let's do one more.
For Vi, what made the season so challenging? What was the major obstacle you guys were faced with, aside from this early season coaching change? What was kind of there in front of you this whole time?
I mean, I feel like challenges come in many different forms. So it's like, it's any way you want to play it, whether it's a coaching staff change, you know, culture change. But I mean, we all looked at it as opportunity rather than a challenge. And I feel like, although the record, you know, doesn't show, you know, we didn't get the record we wanted, I'm proud of everybody in this room, and coaches included, because they stuck with us through everything. Like, I mean, it's not easy when you get your head coach fired the second week of the season, and it's like, you know, but that's life. Like, you know, stuff happens. But everybody came together as one group, and we fought every weekend. And like I said, it wasn't the record we wanted, but, you know, here we are.
Thanks, guys, for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.